Okay, all right, we are live. Good afternoon, and welcome to On the Spot 947, where we sit down, we have a chat, a little afternoon tete-a-tete with some of the biggest and most talented names in the industry. And today we are fortunate to have with us the lead vocalist and frontman of the British pop rock band Lawson, but he is here on his own. Welcome and good afternoon, Mr. Andy Brown.
Hello.
Woo-hoo! Andy Brown to the house. Woo! Welcome back to the Philippines, and welcome back to Mello. And it is always a joy and a privilege to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Most welcome. The last time you were here, it was about April 10 of 2013.
Wow.
And you were with the rest of the members of the band. And I know you've probably been asked this, numerous times, many times over. I just want to get it out of the way. When are you guys going to record another album?
Yeah, I was actually talking to the guys about this the other day. I'm sure we'll make more music again. I'm not sure when, but I mean, we talk all the time.
Right.
We only decided to take a break for a couple of years, and then we'd make more music. So I'm sure we'll start thinking about it soon for sure.
And I'm sure Joel and the other guys are also doing their own thing, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. All the guys are doing really well. Just doing music stuff really. The guys are great, but we always know that Lawson is in our hearts, so
right.
we will definitely continue it. But yeah, we just needed we'd been together for 7 years, so we sort of just needed a bit of a break as well.
Right, that's understandable.
Yeah, because it's we sort of had released a load of music and had toured the world, and we just thought, right, now it's time to take a break. And also I had a baby and stuff, and that takes
exactly.
a lot of
Congratulations,
time.
congratulations with the baby. Now, we're not going to make you sing today, as we want to save your singing voice for the show on Saturday. But would you have any fond memories the last time that you were here? Maybe places that you visited, or a kind of food that you tried that you want to try again?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love it here, to be honest. I mean, we only ever have amazing memories. I always remember the malls. We always have.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of gigs in the malls and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I love Manila. I love the Philippines. I love the people. I love everything about it, really. The weather's great.
Oh.
Coming from the UK where it's really cold at the moment. It's
right.
nice.
For us, it's we're trying to shield ourselves from the sun.
I know. I've noticed everyone's got their umbrellas out,
Uh-huh.
but there's no rain. I'm like, why have you got your umbrellas out? And then I realise it's because they don't want the sun.
Right.
But I love the sun. I'm like, bring on the sun.
All right, that is great. Speaking of food, well, the sun itself is sustenance in a way, and speaking of food, sustenance is a must for everyone. Whether you binge on carbs, you binge on protein. I was wondering, what would be your musical sustenance, or if not inspiration? Would there be an artist or a group that you draw inspiration from?
I think I draw inspiration from a lot of different artists, to be honest. I think at the moment I've been listening to a lot of the band Laney. I really like Laney, the band. I've been
we
listening
love him
to.
here as well.
Yeah, Malibu Nights. I love that album. That's probably my favourite album at the moment. I also really like Lauv. I think he's making some great music, really honest and really fresh.
Right.
So yeah,
Cuts you to the core, literally.
Absolutely. yeah, totally, and that's it. And I'm really digging what those guys are doing in terms of, the production and the lyrics and stuff like that. I think it's really clever.
And growing up, would you fondly remember any kind of artist that was being played in your household, like the music that your parents get to listen to?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Liverpool, which is a small town in a city in England, and the biggest band to come from Liverpool was the Beatles.
Yeah.
So we grew up listening to that. My mum and dad were massive Beatles fans, so in my house it was mostly 60s music, 70s music, and I actually learned to play guitar. My dad taught me a few Beatles songs, basically, so that's how I sort of got into the music industry. So I think, they will always be my favourite band. And Paul McCartney as an artist, he's like my idol.
He's forever.
He's just the one. He's just the man.
Well, in specific artists will all have different, let's say, musical processes. I was wondering, which one comes to you first, the music or the lyrics?
It's changed recently, actually. It used to be, with Lawson, it was all about the melodies. I'd always be about the melody, the track, making it as catchy as possible, and whether it would work on radio.
Yeah.
And I think nowadays I've changed that mindset a little bit, and I've maybe directed more towards the lyrics now. I kind of look at the back of a CD and think, what songs would I want to hear by reading the title?
Yeah.
And I'm also looking for songs that touch me, that relate to me lyrically, and I think that's the best. And I think that's why I like the Laney album so much, because I think the lyrics are just so relatable.
True. They are. And I take it that I assume that, let's say, you may start a song at one time and condition yourself that this is the title, but by the time that you finish writing the song, you feel that the title's all changed and that it's not appropriate anymore or something.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you go on a bit of a journey when you're writing a
Mhm.
song. You know, sometimes you have a title, and as you say, when you get to the end, you're like, actually, no, let's scrap this and do something
Yeah.
else. Or you know, you keep true to the title, and you think, no, this is what we want the title to be. Let's just work around it, and let's work until we get that title in. You know, so I think it just depends how you're feeling on the day, really.
True, true. It's all about mood.
Absolutely.
And I won't be surprised if there's a song for your son Knox in the album. So the
Totally.
next one.
Yeah. Since I'm having a little boy, it has it's made me a lot more emotional. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I definitely think, you know, songwriting wise, moving forward, maybe I can tap into those emotions for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's an interesting name. Where did you and your wife get the name Knox? Though?
She came up with it actually. I didn't have much say in that. Yeah, she's
You've
the
been
boss.
outvoted, is that it?
Yeah. She just had a list of names and sort of read them all out to me, and I was like this one, like this one. And Knox I thought was a little bit different. I thought, oh God,
It
I'm not
is.
sure about that. It's usually a second name, isn't it? Like a,
Right.
I've heard, you know, I had a friend called Greg Knox.
Well, the only Knox that comes to mind to me is Fort Knox. In
Yeah,
the US,
Fort
so.
Knox. Yeah. So I mean, it's yeah, that's what we we're going to call his bedroom, Fort Knox. But yeah, so
Perfect.
yeah, we decided to go with it in the end, and it's, you know, he seems to, you know, it seems to just, you know, suit him now.
Oh yeah. Oh, wonderful. Speaking of names, I know that your album is called Cedar Month. Some
Yeah.
of the people would know why you call it that, but for those who don't really necessarily, or they're kind of like second guessing themselves, why is the album called Cedar Month?
So that was the place where I recorded the album. So in Nashville, it was a place called Cedarmont Studios,
Mhm.
and that was why I named it that, because I had such great memories there. I think I lived there for about 3 months, and it was such a cool place. It was like in the middle of the countryside in Nashville, and it was awesome. It was so cool. So I just thought, what better way? You know, with Lawson, we had an album, Chapman Square,
Mm-hmm.
that was a famous place where I lived. So I always think it's a good thing to name an album on
A place
Place,
that,
yeah,
that holds
yeah.
a lot of memories for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. And I noticed that also the direction, musically that is, of the album is a little bit more country, or pop country, as opposed to Lawson, which is pop rock. Was that a conscious decision for you, or it kind of like organically flowed because you stayed for quite a while?
I think it was
Yeah.
conscious decision as well, because I really enjoy country music. Like, I love artists like Sam Hunt, Thomas Rhett, Hunter Hayes, you know,
Mhm.
people like that I really enjoy. So it was definitely a conscious effort to make it country, but I think because I spent so much time in Nashville as well, that automatically influenced a lot of the songs too. So
And most probably the songs it might turn out differently, let's say, if you stayed somewhere else, like Miami.
absolutely, yeah, totally. I mean, when you're songwriting, you're totally affected by where you are.
Mhm.
You know, with the Lawson record, I wrote a lot of the songs in LA. And you can tell the difference between the songs that I wrote in LA and the songs that I wrote in London.
Mm-hmm.
The songs I wrote in LA are a lot happier,
Okay.
and the songs I wrote in London are a
Not
little
usually
bit
not.
more
The sun's shining
melancholy.
brightly every day.
That's it. That's it. So the sun's shining brightly. So you want to write upbeat songs, feel good songs, and then
Uh-huh.
sometimes in London, you know, if it was a grey day or a rainy day, you'd be sat on the piano and you'd write something a little bit darker.
Yeah, true, understandable. Like a parent, I mean, the releasing of an album is like giving birth, and,
It
and
is.
like any parent, you will have favorites.
Yeah.
Now, my favorites, apart from the singles that you've released so far, are Put That Record On
Okay.
and Hollow. Would you have a favorite track or tracks in your own album?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Put That Record On as well. That's
Yeah,
one. That's,
that's one
definitely a
sexy record,
favorite.
that's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's cool.
The beat just got me. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
enroll me in.
It is sexy. Yeah, it's sexy. That's a good word to describe it. I think that was what I was going for when I wrote
Okay.
it. But I think my ultimate favourite on the album is maybe Lay With Me,
Oh,
because
okay.
I just feel that that's like the genre of music that I love, because you know, I'm a big John Mayer fan, big
Mhm.
sort of like, it's quite bluesy, you know, and I love that style of music. So I think that would be my ultimate fave. Yeah.
Could you put a good word on it and bring John Mayer here next time we come over?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I even sing his name in the song.
yeah.
John Mayer on the speakers.
Right,
So I
right,
mean,
right.
like, yeah, I've tweeted him, and I'm hoping he's heard it. But I don't know. He's my like favourite
Who
artist
knows?
of all
He
time.
might he's always on the internet, so
Oh God.
he might take notice.
Does he ever come to the Philippines or?
I'm not. I think he has. Yeah, once.
Okay, right.
Just once.
He needs to come back. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
he's great. I know he's doing a tour actually this year. Sometime I think he's coming to London actually, maybe later in the year. So I'll
cool.
100% be catching that.
It's gonna be easy for you to just pop in backstage and say, "Hey, hi, John."
Yeah, listen to this song, man.
I
Come
run
play
by
guitar
you.
on it.
Now, everyone who's had this, heard the songs will have different favorites as well. Playing the songs live will obviously give you a different feeling when you recorded it first, and it's all about the feeling. And is there anything that you wish audiences can take away from the show on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's just you know, you want to get that sort of special feeling when you go to a gig, don't you? You know, that you've
Mhm.
sort of been involved in something special. You know, that's how I feel when I go to gigs, and I think it's just going to be an up close, personal, intimate show which is going to be nice because it's just going to be me and a guitar, compared to when Lawson played with big sound, you know. So I think it's just a good way to sort of interact with the audience and you know, to leave thinking that, you know, you've been part of something special.
And you'd rather play intimate venues these days rather than really big arenas?
I like both, to be honest. I think, I don't know, there's something special about performing at a smaller venue, I must say. And when I go to a gig, I much prefer going to smaller gigs. Like, I rarely ever go to concerts at the O2 in London, which is like 20,000. I'd much prefer to go to like Shepherd's Bush, which is like 2,000.
Right.
That'd be my favourite, because I like to see the artist and
Yeah.
not them be like a dot on stage, you know.
Right,
Like Ed
right.
Sheeran at Wembley Stadium, like, for me, it's just,
That's massive.
it's not intimate enough. Yeah,
Right,
I mean, I seen Ed at the Hammersmith Apollo in London, which was like 4,000, which was perfect. You know, you really feel like you can get into the vibe, you know. Whereas
Exactly.
sometimes it's just too big.
Right, and one of my favorite artists, Luther Vandross, did say
Oh,
that for
yeah.
him, it's a bigger feather in his cap, personally, to have one person feeling the song that he's feeling rather than an entire stadium, you know, jumping up and down and having a party.
Yeah.
I guess in the long run, it's how you want to affect the audience. That's really
Absolutely.
your goal, and if you're working towards that goal, then by the end of the day, you know that you have a good show,
Totally,
right?
that's it.
And so, no special dance numbers on the show on Saturday? Like, I don't know, the polka, funky chicken, or...
Definitely not for me. You will not see me dance. I am a terrible dancer. I used to have a few dances if I was drinking, but back in my drinking days, but not anymore, I'm afraid.
Oh, two words that start with the letter D. You drink first and then you dance.
Yes,
I think it's a good mathematical
that
equation.
is the way to do it. Absolutely.
Well, dances are really tricky, and life itself is a dance. How do you balance your personal and your private life?
Yeah, sometimes it's
personal and
tough.
professional life.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough. It's obviously being on the road and stuff, you know, especially when you've had a son or you've got you've got kids or whatever. So it is tough, but you know, technology these days is so good, you know. So, you know, I speak to my wife on Skype, I speak to my son on Skype every day, or FaceTime or whatever. So it's like, you know, back in the day that never used to exist, did it?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's a good way to sort of
You can
keep
rake
in
in
touch.
charges doing that each
Yeah,
and every day.
absolutely. And I try not to go away for too long at a time, you know. So I'll go away for like a couple of weeks, then go home, then maybe go away for a couple of weeks again, go home.
Yeah.
So I always have a chance to see them as much as possible. So
Great. I mean, life is a journey as it itself, but what is next in store for Andy Brown?
next in store for Andy Brown, I think I'm going to go home after this and just spend some time with my family, and then I'll probably start writing again, some new material, and then
Maybe right on the beach.
maybe, who knows, you know, it's that'll make some uplifting songs,
Yeah.
absolutely, some happy songs, and then just see what happens. Really, I mean, just take life a day at a time, you know, and just
Not to be stressed about it as well.
Absolutely.
Well, the keyword is try not to.
try
be
not to be
stressed.
stressed. I mean, I know that's difficult, but I think that's the key. And then, you know, maybe talk to the Lawson guys and see if there's anything there for the future as well. That'd be really exciting.
Yeah, we're going to be keeping our fingers crossed for that one.
Absolutely.
Before we let you go, we do have some questions here that we hope would peel the layers, if not the curtains back,
Cool.
to reveal who Andy Brown is. Don't worry, no questions about math, no questions about physics,
No worries.
and no questions about your credit card, of which you are currently being billed for this conversation right now. So yeah, the questions are dangerously random.
Okay.
So question number one, dun-dun-dun, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs, yay! Question number two, drums or guitar?
Guitar.
All right. Number three, up-tempo or ballads?
Ballad.
Aha. Number four, Sam Smith or Adele?
Adele.
That got you thinking for a bit.
Yeah, Adele.
Yeah, question five, handwritten or typewritten?
Type.
Typewritten. All right. Well, that is it. The answers are all in. Our system has declared that you are a genuine person. You are not a scroll. Okay, I'm just had to inject the Marvel Cinematic Universe in it, and that you're one artist that is dedicated to the craft and would no doubt be the start of this wonderful musical journey that we here at Mellow 94.7 acknowledge and are very grateful to have had a chance to help out in our own little way in
Awesome.
this small part of the globe.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Anything that you'd like to say to your numerous Andy Brown and Lawson fans out there?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support, and hopefully I'll see you at the gig on Saturday, the SM Sky Dome here in Manila, which is going to be fantastic. Going to be performing some of my own songs, some Lawson songs. So yeah, if you haven't got tickets, get them now, and I'll see you there.
All right. And the hashtags to use are Andy Brown Live in Manila and Andy Brown MNL. Now you can like, you can tag, and you can also follow Andy himself. Twitter, that's Andy Brown Music. Instagram is Andy Brown Official. Facebook is Andy Brown. And of course, while you're at it, do check out K-Beam Events, Twitter, IG, and FB. You can get, once again, your tickets at smtickets.com and ticketnet.com.ph. Thank you so much, Andy, for dropping by. You're most welcome to come back and see us again while you're in town.
Thank you very much.
Now, this has been Kaz for On the Spot 947. Till the next edition, we shall be on the lookout, for the next artist that we shall be putting on the spot. Keep it right here. All hits, Mellow 947. Sounds good. All right.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
Right.